Well, the condo pre-sale market is plummeting in the Metro Vancouver area. We probably could have seen this coming with how our government treats investors in this province. However, it is true. We are seeing probably one of the worst pre-construction market in history, or at least in the last long time. For example, in quarter one, nearly 6,000 units were sold to investors, individuals, whoever in and around the Lower Mainland, whereas in 2026 in quarter one, only around 124 units. That is such a fraction of a percent of the units that were sold in the past. And why is this the case? It's really the case because, as Steve Soretsky says here, the presale market has always been reliant on investors. And given that the outlook for the market's not great, we've seen falling prices, falling rents, no population growth, there's not a lot of incentive for investors to step up right now and start buying these units. The presale market really does need investors. As much as the government is trying to stop investment in this province with flipping taxes and speculation taxes and tax, they need the investors to buy and absorb these units, turn them into rentals, or resell them into someone who's an end user buyer. That's the normal flow for a lot of these pre-construction units. What's going to be the long-term effect then if we do not see that this market starts to improve? Well, two things. One, some of these developers are flipping them into purpose-built rentals, which is great for the rental market. You're seeing a lot of new units going to be eventually hitting the market, but that's going to drive rents further down. It's really going to hurt the small landlords out there who are already struggling with the high interest rates that they've been experiencing and the low rents that are now starting to get on tenant turnover. However, the bigger issue is going to be the lack of housing that's going to be developed over time, leading us into eventually another housing crisis. At the end of the day, we are still going to have population growth in this area, and we need to build more housing in order to keep up with that demand that's eventually going to come back. If we don't build, we're not going to have houses for these people. Eventually, we're going to see a reversal in the market and prices are going to start to go back up due to lack of supply and higher demand. But that's just my take on it. Let me know what your guys' take is on this. Is this a good thing, or is this potentially a bad thing long term?